BuildAid is so proud to be part of this amazing, bustling city of gold. Come behind the scenes with us as we explore what really goes into the development, refurbishment and creation of this incredible city we call home. From past to present, we look at what makes Jersey unique and what the future holds.
BuildAid on Mix 93.8 FM. Good evening. My name's Graham Alexander. In the studio, as usual, Simon looking after the desk and Kay looking after all of us. Windows play a major role in a home, particularly when you're designing a new home. And that role is not just to look outside at the view, it's all about insulation, quality, and so on. I have 4 guests with us in the studio this evening. We're going to chat about UPVC windows, wooden windows, aluminium windows, and the glass that goes into them. Mix FM listeners are the best. When I got here this evening, they were loading a truck full of stuff going down to Neisner that you guys have donated. It's the 9th truck, and Sam just told me there are another 2 that are going to be going down. Mix also sent down a fire engine, but I don't know how that worked. Okay, what else is on?
Well, with a full studio tonight, we've also got loads and loads to give away. The first thing we're giving away is a fabulous prize from Bosch Tools, just in time for Father's Day. Remember, that's on Sunday. We've got a 91-piece X-Line titanium set, and that includes every drill bit you could imagine, as well as a screwdriver with 49 bits and 8 nut setters of varying sizes. So it's really a fabulous... Why is everyone laughing? Really bad
It's got something to do with
people.
nuts.
So here's how you can win, okay? If you can name one of 3 drive-ins that were around Jersey back in the day, one clue's a shoe, the next one was on a mine dump, and the third, you can count the number on one hand. Just give me one of those drive-ins and you could win this fabulous Father's Day gift, and you can also win tickets to our next homeowners workshop, and we're doing a preview of that tonight. All you need to do, SMS the answer to 41348, WhatsApp 076 381 7375.
This is BuildAid on Mix, brought to you by AfriSam. My name's Graham Alexander. We're going to be chatting to 4 guests about windows. But before we get there, Pieter Malherbe from TEVA is going to chat to us about some of the regulations that now control windows and make our spaces more comfortable. Pieter, welcome.
Thanks, Graham.
The regulation came out probably nearly 5 years ago. I don't know. And everyone refers to it as XA, but we don't have to remember all the numbers.
The new regulations. 2011. Yeah, very new.
Relatively new, yeah. And they were put in place essentially to save energy, but also to make our lives a lot more comfortable and save money. Give us an overview of what these regulations do with regard to window frames.
All right. Graham, these regulations came into play, as you said, to help homeowners navigate the world of building a home and building it efficiently. So in the space of windows, which we're talking about, there's 2 parts. You've got the thermal efficiency or conductance, and you've got the solar heat gain. And just going back to the bare basics, the more glass you have, the better the insulation needs to be. And that's very simple. It's very straightforward. Anybody can rationally understand that. If you're building a big home with little, tiny little bathroom windows throughout, you're not going to lose that much heat and cold coming in winter if the windows are very small. But when you have got big windows, big doors, lots of glass, that's where you're losing all the energy or gaining all the energy. And that goes back to, it goes on to the second part of it, which is the solar heat gain. So if we're touching on the insulation, it's very simple. If something conducts, like a metal, it doesn't insulate so well. And that's when you need to put in double glazing, everything else to help that insulate better. The second part is the solar heat gain part, and it's the sun literally baking your house warmer, and it goes through the windows, and the better the insulation on the windows, the more comfortable your home will be in summer. And we tend to forget that all these energy efficiency regulations goes both ways. It goes to save energy and make your home comfortable both in winter and in summer.
Just to understand conductance, if one put a steel rod into a fire, you're eventually going to feel the heat. And some materials conduct better than others. And the ones that do conduct better are actually the ones that we don't need, because we want to insulate our buildings. And we're going to chat about the different products over the course of the show. But the glass is also conducting. So if you put your hand up against the glass, it's cold. So double glazing is something that prevents that from happening. And we're going to be chatting to Kevin from PG about double glazing later in the show and how it can be put into UPVC, timber and aluminium. With solar heat gain, it's probably a question for Kevin, Pieter, because it's the sun coming in the window. And the frames that hold the glass, I suppose it doesn't matter whether it's UPVC or timber. So just tell us a little bit about what the regulation says.
Okay. From a regulatory point of view, and it's the same sort of thing, the higher the percentage of glass you've got compared to your square meterage, the actual house footprint, the better the insulation must be. And that's a common misconception back to the solar heat gain part. The solar heat gain is literally how much heat is gained through a material. And it's not just the glass, it's the framing material. We all know wood is fantastic. It doesn't absorb heat. UPVC is similar to wood. It's a very good insulator. Where aluminium and steel, on the other hand, it absorbs heat. And obviously that will heat up the house in summer. So it's a combination, when clients are looking at everything, it's a combination of the glass and the products, whether it's thermally broken or not.
Pictures from a company, TEVA, that manufactures UPVC windows. And after the break, I'm going to come back and chat to Pieter about that particular type of window. I'm chatting to some specialists this evening about window frames. Wooden window frames, aluminium, UPVC. And one of my guests is Pieter Malherbe from TEVA. Many years ago, Pieter, guys, when they rode British motorbikes, used to call anything from Japan plastic. They've proven them wrong now. Hondas and Suzukis and that do all sorts of things. Let's get something out of the way. UPVC has sometimes been wrongly viewed as a plastic window. It is a kind of plastic. It doesn't mean that it's bad quality.
Graham, thanks. Yes. It's a polymer, and in German they call it Kunststoff, and if you really can't speak German like me and you translate that, it's synthetic stuff, and it's an unplasticized form of PVC, and all it means, it's a window frame designed to insulate. Globally, it's taken over the market. South Africa, it's beautiful. It's starting to be adopted. And with anything as the regulations, it's new. It's been there since 2011. UPVC has been available in South Africa for 30 odd years. And everybody still thinks, oh no, it's very new. So all the perceptions, all these sort of things are fantastic to talk about. And you're absolutely right. It is a synthetic product designed to insulate your home.
When it comes to manufacture and installation, as a homeowner, somewhere in the design phase, I'm going to chat to the architect about the type of windows we want to use and the make of windows. And with these energy efficiency regulations, the architects have to comply with certain regulations. Can the architect send the drawings through to you as TEVA for you not only to design the windows and price them, but also work out these energy calculations?
Absolutely. A lot of the fabricators have got those capabilities, not everybody. But from a design point of view, we work closely with the architects, and the whole window industry is going that way so that we can inform architects and help them make informed decisions about your home. So all these U values that they talk about, all the insulation values, it's just material and data. We help the architect, so we supply the architect with the stuff to help them design efficient buildings.
When it comes to installation, Pieter, you've now given the architect and the homeowner or possibly the building contractor a quote. They've approved the quote. Do you guys then manufacture and install? Yes,
we've got a turnkey solution. We manufacture and install across the country. And a lot of the manufacturers have got similar designs. It's always nice to know that the products you buy, you've got a straight line of responsibility, and a lot of the manufacturers has got the same, and they offer the same sort of thing.
When people refer to UPVC as new, it may be relatively new in South Africa. It's certainly not new globally. But you have some installations. They might not have been TEVA installations, but there are examples of UPVC windows, I think, go back 20 years in Joburg.
TEVA's been going for 10 years, so we've got a 10-year
So you're nearly there.
We're almost there. And on those examples, we've got two beautiful ones that we do degradation tests on. And it comes back to the quality, the standards. And it's with all the window materials, whether it's wood, whether it's aluminium, whether it's UPVC. There are certain South African standards. And if the products comply and it conforms to that, it will last. We've got examples that's been standing in Johannesburg, in the Highveld, and in Cape Town, even Clifton, facing west. That's been standing for 25, 30 years, and it's perfect because it's the right quality stuff.
When it comes to finishes, some of the visions that one might have is UPVC is normally white. It can come in various finishes.
Absolutely. We used to be very much like Ford, and any color you want as long as it was white. And about 5 years ago, we managed to change that. So we've got technologies, coatings that go on it, similar to powder coatings, and foils. So there's various finishes available now.
We're going to chat to Kevin from PG, and we're going to be talking to him about glazing. And one of the things we're going to focus on is double glazing, and the perception that double glazing is going to break the budget. We're going to go through that a bit later. UPVC windows, can you get it single glazed and double glazed?
Absolutely. It's like any other window material, single glaze, double glaze, depending on what you require. And it goes back to the first mention on the regulations and on insulation. If you do not have that much window material, you don't necessarily need to go for double glazing. If it's in the budget, absolutely. Double glazing is beautiful. It's fantastic. It is best practice globally everywhere you go. So we're going that direction. But budget does play a part. And sometimes double glazing isn't the answer for what you need.
Pieter, it's always good chatting to you. Hang around in the studio. I'm going to talk to the other guys, but we might still ask you some questions. Kay,
Thanks,
how are we
Graham.
doing?
There must be so much love in my heart that it would tear me apart. And I know, although you couldn't see, to hurt you. Queensbridge, you would only go after you would only